did I say?
Now you're fine.
Understand?
Police, they are supposed to be the shields of justice, but what happens when they become a threat? A pregnant woman is tased 17 times in her own home. A federal agent is knocked out by a taser and thrown into a patrol car by a local police officer. A cop smiles after running someone over and then writes a report as if nothing happened. A veteran cop is allowed to drink and drive and causes an accident. And if you film from the sidewalk, chances are you'll be handcuffed after an interrogation. Welcome to Crime Hunter USA, where the truth about law enforcement is revealed layer by layer under the blue uniform. Corrupt cop used taser on pregnant woman. What happens next? A police officer storms into a home without a warrant and shoots a pregnant woman in the stomach as she pleads for help. No one stops him. Is this an order or organized crime? September 29, 2020, Springfield, Massachusetts. A pregnant woman is stormed into her home without a warrant and then tased multiple times without warning. The entire brutal act of violence is captured on camera.
What's up? You want to play those games, huh?
No, I don't.
Huh? You want to play?
You killed my baby with that taser. Let me tell ya!
The police stormed into the apartment without asking any questions. They pulled out a stun gun and shot the woman even though she screamed that she was pregnant. She begged desperately, but they did not stop.
Lift her up so I can...
Sorry.
Come on, get up. Get up.
Up or down?
Stand up, stand up, stand up. I don't want you to put any pressure on your stomach. All right, sit down right here, okay? Sit down. You okay?
No, and I want med.
Even though she was motionless and screaming in pain, the police still forced her to turn over, tied her hands, and shot her in the stomach again. 17 electric shocks. No one intervened. A blatant torture right in the middle of her life. She then requested emergency medical attention. She was still shaking with pain and shock when she was taken from the apartment.
You okay?
No, and I want medical here right now. Fuck it. No shit, we're packing. You're gonna fucking tase me 17 times and then in my stomach after I tell you I'm fucking pregnant, you piece of trash. Fuck you.
Then he gave me 18 for the first week, and then he gave me 16. Chopping down my fucking pay. But whatever,
Can I
I
get
don't
a
give a
available
fuck.
7
The point
minutes
is, I said
location?
I needed an hour. It's been 30.
Get a 7 minutes downstairs, check her out.
Yeah.
Take her down at 1:30.
Come on.
It's been 32 minutes.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm going to the hospital and all that. You fucked with the wrong bitch. Don't you worry, honey.
The officer was later charged with assault and battery. However, the final outcome of the case has not been made public. This is a declaration of war on human rights, dressed in the cloak of justice. A pregnant woman was electrocuted 17 times in her own home, while the badge-wearing men silently and complicitly acted. And if you think things can't get worse, just wait until the next one. Is justice real or just a slogan?
Sir! Stop resisting now! Please help me. Sir, please get my federal cred!
A defender of justice is held at gunpoint and handcuffed on the street by an abusive police officer. So who is the real criminal?
Face down! You are the one making a settle down. Face down, now, all the way down, all the way.
On July 7, 2020, federal agent James Burke was on a warrant to seize guns when a citizen misunderstood and called 911. Local police showed up without asking questions or verifying, immediately pulled out their guns and subdued the law enforcement officer.
Hey, turn around, let me see your hands. Turn around, let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some. Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
I'm a federal agent.
917-110-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground!
I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
He is at 33590.
Get on the ground, we'll figure it out.
Drive on that 10-8.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
Listen, I'm not getting on.
I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody's from 3 to respond as well.
I'm reacting.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here who doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine.
It ain't happening.
Fine.
While on duty, an ATF officer is violently restrained by local police despite showing his badge. No arrest warrant, no reason, just guns, orders, and a contemptuous attitude.
Hatred. Do you think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground!
I'm not getting out of
Chopper things.
I'm not getting
91.7, I'm pulling up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist! Keep your hands Get your hands up!
Sir! Go down, face down, on the ground, face down now! Face down!
You are the one making a mistake!
Settle down, face down now, all the way down, all the way. All the way.
My ID's right here, left pocket. Left pocket.
And we're going to put this.
You're acting like a moron!
Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out of my pocket.
We're getting you first!
Wait. No. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please. Wait, I'm not. Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? I'm begging you. My wife's please.
Despite the victim calling for help because of a respiratory illness, they still use a stun gun, put him in the car, and turn off the body cam. In the end, they admit their mistake but don't apologize, just quietly release the man as if nothing had happened.
Help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do this. Wait. Sir!
Stop resisting now.
Please help me. Sir, please get my federal creds. No, don't do that, please. Sir,
make me take...
no. Okay. Help me up. Help me up. I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay. Here. My God. It is cuffed. Please stop, sir. Wait a second. Sir. Please help me up. Please. I'm a federal agent. My God, my gun.
You have no idea who you are.
Sir.
Who the heck do you think you are acting like this?
Nobody. I wanted you to see my goddamn creds. The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake. Oh. Sir, please. Please. Left pocket. Left pocket. Cargo pocket. Please take me out.
Stay on
Guys,
don't try
I
to
did.
Then you should have behaved
the way you did.
For Christ's sake. My God, I'm here.
No, you're the one that's wrong. Sir. You know if you have interaction with the police.
I was trying.
No, you didn't abandon me.
Sir, I'm with you guys, for Christ's sake. I'm a fucking federal agent.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's your supervisor's name?
Hang on a second. The SAC is currently John McPherson, who's on his way out to retire, who will soon be rolled. My God. This is crazy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stand up.
I'm not trying to be ashamed of myself.
Now, sit back in the cruiser.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Sir. I'm just trying to do my job.
Just get in the car. Why would you make
it? Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down.
Relax.
Sir, hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
we'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them to
Never
you.
once tried.
I did.
Get in the car.
Wait.
Now.
Have a seat. Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay, we're gonna get air to you. Get
No,
your legs
look.
in. Get your
Sir.
legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir.
Get your legs in.
Please, call an ambulance. I'm asking for an ambulance.
You got a medic coming. Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother me.
You just said call an ambulance. You don't need
Yeah, now you don't want one. Get in the car.
in the car. Get all
Sir,
the way in.
I can't breathe. Wait, sir.
Yeah, if you got Dublin cars close, keep them coming.
Okay.
You're an idiot. For crying out loud. You're a cop. You're not an ass.
No,
the heck's the
wait,
matter
I
with you?
can't. You're fucking my head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please.
Why would you act like this?
I didn't act anyway.
If you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of
I
yourself.
was trying to give you my cred.
The gun's up.
Sir, I was trying to give you my... Sir!
Put this on your dash. Dude, he wouldn't do anything I'm trying to tell him.
A chopper way overhead. I think they got him in the cruiser.
Yeah, we got him in the cruiser. We need a supervisor.
The local police were not criminally charged in the incident. However, federal agent James Burke filed a civil lawsuit alleging abuse of power and assault while on duty. The lawsuit seeks to hold the police and the city of Columbus legally accountable. If a federal agent is treated like a criminal, how far can the police go when it comes to ordinary citizens? Is a civil lawsuit enough to stop abuse of power? If you were the one being held at gunpoint, pinned face down on the ground and electrocuted, would you still believe that you would be protected by the law? Please share this video so that more people know that civil rights do not come naturally, and that we cannot ignore those who call themselves justice. Now let's move on to the absurdity of the law in the next situation. If a police officer can run someone over and then laugh while the victim is being revived, then who is safe on the streets?
So we will be doing a search warrant for blood, okay?
March 1, 2025, Richland, Washington. Police officer Sarah Klassen was driving an SUV that was turning left into a residential area when she struck a motorcyclist who was traveling in the same direction. The victim died at the scene. Klassen had just returned from picking up pizza. Sarah said she thought the motorcycle was a car with a broken light and believed she had enough distance to turn left. But her misjudgment caused the collision, leading to the victim's death.
I'm just getting here, so I know you already answered some questions from the other guys, but generally what happened? And
so I went and picked up a Domino's pizza.
Okay.
I was turning left from here. I live right over there on Wild Canyon Way.
Okay.
Right just past where the reflective sign is, that white one.
Okay, sure.
And so I was already slowing in the turn lane and saw him there, and I was like, oh, I got enough time.
Okay.
I turned, and as soon as I turned, just felt the boom.
Okay. So you're turning, you thought he was further away.
No, he was definitely past that reflective sign when I saw him.
Okay.
And then I think I just, like I say, I thought it was a car with a headlight out. Didn't realize it was a motorcycle. I didn't realize the rate of speed they were going at.
So did you think he was going pretty quick?
Because from that reflective sign, it's kind of, I live here, so that's always my general rule. If they're past that sign, then you got plenty of time. If you're already...
Sarah refused to take any breathalyzer test, saying she understood the procedure and did not want to get in trouble, leading officers to suspect she was intoxicated.
All right. So you're probably aware we're just gonna run this like normal. So I'm just gonna run you through some voluntary field sobriety tests if you're willing to. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do any.
Okay. All right. What about the PBT? You willing to do voluntary PBT?
I don't want to do any tests based on the...
Police noticed the smell of alcohol on her breath, red eyes, and slow reaction time. Even though the victim was receiving CPR, Sarah calmly wrote a report and laughed.
I'll be honest with you, I would. There may always be that question.
Yeah.
Down the road.
I just rather not.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand, but I know how it goes too. So.
Yeah. What do you mean? You know how it goes?
Even if there's a little. If I had a glass on earlier or something like that, I just don't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I definitely don't feel impaired. I don't feel like there was impairment.
Did you have a glass of wine earlier?
Not gonna answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just mentioned if.
So if I would have, yeah, or had, yeah, but. Yeah.
Because she was uncooperative and showed signs of intoxication, Sarah was arrested on the spot, awaiting the results of a blood test from the court warrant.
We have to.
Is there going to be enough to get a search warrant?
So, yeah, I'll write it. Unless you want...
What changed?
So, I was just studying her name. Okay. She wrote sigh, and she said 100 feet. Sorry, I'm going a little fast. She estimated the distance between the guy on the motorcycle and her to be 100 feet, which that's way more than 100. That's 500 feet. Through her turn, when clearly she was at the very beginning of her turn, her eyes are a little bit glassy, a little bit.
Those light speed?
But could be, but we got to err on the side of caution.
Okay.
I do not have a great sense of smell, but I think I smelled a little bit of odor of alcohol, enough for me. I told her, I'm like, hey, we just want to rule out impairment. And by you not doing it, I'm not going to ask you again, but I'm like, we can't rule it out. She's like, yeah, well, if I would have had a glass of wine earlier, I know how this goes. And I said, did you have a glass of wine earlier? And she said, I'm not going to do that. So,
okay.
I think with everything, yeah, we have to. I mean, I will write the search warrant. But yeah, I'm still recording.
So much,
I'm still recording. I would have loved to have ruled it out. All right, so like I said, we were really trying to rule alcohol out. I'm not convinced that alcohol wasn't a factor. So right now you are on. Go ahead and put your hand behind your back. So we will be doing a search warrant for blood, okay? That way there will be no questions. All right, we'll head back to my car over here. We're out before dispatch when I custody.
A life was lost, and she was fooling around with a dead body. If the law is not strict enough to deal with abusers of privilege like her, then justice itself is drunk with Sarah. Come to the next service, where the line between law enforcement and desired solutions comes to the person. A drunk police officer passes out behind the wheel, an open bottle of vodka next to him. What if it wasn't a coworker who found him, but a child crossing the street? On November 16, 2022, Ohio IMD officers from the Ohio State Highway Patrol arrived at the scene of a car accident. The driver is Sergeant Peter Fay, a veteran police officer suspected of driving under the influence. The officers standing next to the car confront Fay, noticing that he is unresponsive when called by name, only having a natural, incomprehensible expression. They find an open bottle of vodka on the seat, a surprising proof.
That's over here, we roll up on him and he has his car on. He slumped over, we knocked on the window and he just wasn't waking up.
Did he make any statements to you, anything like that?
No, he couldn't talk. He was like just mumbling.
He's mumbled?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get to see his eyes, anything like that?
No. I just smelled it.
Okay. Was there anything in the vehicle? Like you see, like on the floorboard and the
vehicle that we observed.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
When questioned, Fay only answers vaguely. His voice falters, and he does not look directly at the investigating officer. They quickly find the scent on his breath.
You had a bottle of vodka next to him?
Yeah, it was right next to him. Yeah.
Okay, in the seat.
Kind of like it's big enough where it covered the seat and like the floor.
I see what you're saying.
I saw alcohol. It's like energy drinks or whatnot.
Okay, I'll figure it out in a minute. He's in that vehicle?
Yeah. That's our guy on duty, like normal duty. Yeah. Because we're doing the event. Did you need OH3s from us? We're the ones that discovered it.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. If you contact information for you all and who you are, so I can get in touch with you about it. All right?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
An officer tactfully asks Fay to step out of the car for a comprehensive test. They warn, signaling serious consequences.
Trooper Garner, how's it going? All right, you're going to come out here with me. You're going to see my car, okay? I want to talk to you. What's going on tonight? Step out here with me, room.
Hey, brother, talk to him so he can
come on, man.
Do as much as he can.
You have my phone.
Yeah, we got it. No, let him talk to you.
That's all we need.
No, I need you to step out.
Come on.
Come on.
No?
Yes.
Hey, bud.
Look.
We talked about this earlier.
I'm going to tell you.
When you got here, you were going to cooperate with him. I know you wasn't with me, but you're going to with him.
I don't want to take you to jail tonight. Okay?
And we told you that.
But if you're going to push my buttons, we'll go straight, okay? I understand what's going on. I can smell it come from your breath. I already know what's going on. You're starting to push my buttons already. If you're going to be compliant, be compliant. If not, we can go to jail. And you can figure it out later. Okay? I'm trying to be polite with you. But you're not wanting to look me in the eye. You're not even wanting to speak to me. Your name, you just look down. Okay?
Peter Fegus.
Peter Fegus? Okay. Fegus.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Trooper Gardner.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Trooper Gardner. I'm going to have you step out with me or we're going to go back to my patrol car, okay?
Fay initially hesitates, but eventually gives in. They check his eyes, breathe him in, and move him to safety. Finally, Fay is placed in the server's main mode of operation, awaiting results.
Stick with him.
Just work
Stick
with me.
him. Stick with him.
Just work with me, okay? All right, step out, man. All right, I'm going to take a look at your eyes, all right? Something you're wanting to do? No?
I'm sorry?
I'm going to take a look at your eyes. Is that okay? Is that something you're willing to do? You put your feet together for me. All right. See the tip of my pen?
Okay,
Is it something you're willing to do? Okay, look. Predicated on whether or not you take any tests or anything is not how I determine.
Yeah, but these are SFSDs.
Correct. Equipped, okay? Whether or not you refuse it is not predicated on whether or not you go to jail. Your attitude determines that with me, okay? I'll be upfront with you. As long as you're polite and cooperative, I'll work with you to get you home, okay? But if you're gonna be a pain to me,
I'm not being a pain.
Let me finish. If you're gonna be a pain about stuff and not let me do my job, we'll just go to jail and I'll solve the problem. Do it, okay? So if you don't want to take this, you don't have to. You know that legally, as the rest of us do here. I have to offer it to you. I have to try to do what I can do, okay? I clearly see that you've been drinking. I can smell it on your breath.
Okay.
All right, I can see your red shot, bloodshot, and glassy eyes. They found you slumped over the wheel. I'm just trying to do my due diligence and check. You don't have to. I'm trying to do. So it's entirely up to you whether or not that's something you want to do, okay? It's entirely up to you. I'm asking. Is that something you want to do or no? No? Okay. So here's what, do you have problems with your shoulders or anything? No. Do what? No. Okay. If you're cuffed in the front, I know you're a bigger guy, probably have. No. I'm going to have my cuffs on you instead. You don't have anything on you to prove it, poke me or cut me. Alright, I'm telling you right now, you're under arrest for operating a vehicle impaired tonight, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before advice and before you ask any questions.
Is this just an individual oversight, or a reflection of a culture of unchecked behavior in the police force? Furthermore, if an officer is found to be driving drunk, is it a warning about a system that lacks thorough screening and disciplinary action? Leave a comment and come to the next corrupt cop. Now, coming to the final scenario, you will be overwhelmed with the crazy behavior of the law.
I'm giving you fair warning. You keep following us.
I'm allowed to follow. Now you're following.
You understand?
If filming a police officer were a crime, the US Constitution would have been trashed on the sidewalk that day, and an officer who claims to protect the law would have torn it up. On April 27, 2018, while the police were searching for a suspect, a resident named Sue filmed from a distance for surveillance. Although she did not interfere, she was still aggressively arrested by an officer just because she was holding a camera.
Just one male black runner, and I think he's got his 32.
You need help?
Where's Ironwood at?
Ironwood. Very first street. You should get in your car because it's all the way at the end.
My car's way down there.
It's right there. Sure hope they're not checking people for. You guys should always record the police, by the way. Ironwood's the next street over.
Why are you recording me?
Why not? You're in my park with no jurisdiction. You don't have any jurisdiction in here. What's going on? Where's the lights and sirens?
The suspect runs away, causing the police to expand their manhunt. Sue, a citizen holding a camera, appears to record and monitor the forces at the scene.
Hell no! I live around here. Can I help you? You guys looking for somebody? Maybe I saw somebody. Fuck you, dude. What are you gonna arrest me for? Being held accountable for you, bro. I dare you.
Officer Bankowski discovers Sue filming and becomes enraged, repeatedly threatening to arrest her despite her having committed no crime, and demands that she leave the public area.
Get him back up. You understand? You're gonna get arrested. You understand?
For what?
Get going.
For what?
Get going now.
Why are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested. I'm telling you right now.
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your
I'm
sergeant.
giving you
Thank
fair
you.
warning. You keep following us. You're
I'm
gonna
allowed
get
to follow. Now you're following
You understand? Something sick. I'm telling you, you're gonna get arrested.
For what?
You're on your back now.
For what?
Put your hands on your back.
For filming?
Back that way.
Bankowski loses control, yells, uses vulgar language, and threatens to handcuff Sue on the spot, despite the fact that she is exercising her legal right to record.
Understand? Get going. Get going now.
Why are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested. I'm telling you right now.
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
I'm giving you. You're gonna get arrested.
Now you're
You
following
understand? You understand?
Yeah, piece of shit.
Okay? Now go back in your house and you're getting arrested.
around my neighborhood.
When more police arrive to assist, Bankowski continues to insult Sue, accuses her of obstructing public duty, and demands that her colleagues arrest her, despite the absence of any evidence of a crime.
Walking around my park?
You just want to.
How am I with you recording? UCLA versus Aldita Alvarez. I'm allowed to record.
Fuck what cases you understand, but you ain't gonna
care about the law.
You ain't gonna follow us. Not even know that you got a gun on you. What's your address?
For what? What am I arrested for? What crime? God. All I am doing is walking around the park. I saw you guys coming. Then I figured I'm gonna follow
I see you following one of my other officers.
Yeah, because I was walking
creeping
around.
up on him on the side of the trailer. I seen you.
I ran back into the yard.
Yes,
in my yard. And the Supreme Court says 10 feet. I'm way beyond 10 feet.
I don't give a fuck.
I would never go up to any police officer.
You ain't gonna follow us. You understand that?
Whatever. What? Film me?
Damn fucking right.
He said I can go on a thing with him and videotape the whole thing if I want.
Be a fake name. You're fucking getting arrested.
Yeah, I know. I'm not dumb. So, but
I'll charge you with that too. I'll charge you with that.
That I've committed.
I'll charge you with that too.
Sergeant, I want somebody bigger than you. Then if you're gonna be mean to me for filming.
You can't follow simple directions, right?
I'm allowed to do it. I wasn't anywhere near you people.
I don't know who the fuck you are for one, and for two, you ain't gonna follow us. You understand that? You understand that? I don't care who the hell you are. You ain't gonna follow us. The guy pulled out a gun on me. You took off running from me, man, like 10 minutes ago.
I'm not understanding.
Yeah, this way.
You tell me there's a gun, I'm gone. But you don't want to explain it.
Well,
it's that important and you're scared for my safety. Tell me. You're gonna be stupid to carry around a gun.
so I'm walking this way, and she's creeping up behind one of my officers, fucking filming them. And then she wants to fucking keep following us. I don't care. I don't know who you are. So shut your mouth, all right?
I'm not match a description to any of your things, and I'm allowed to record you guys.
You surely ain't hell gonna follow us, I'll tell you that. Because I don't know who the fuck if you got any weapons.
I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm trying to see what's going on. Well, now that you know I don't have any weapons and what I'm doing, which is not illegal.
I didn't search you yet.
Go ahead, search me.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Lawsuit, okay?
Exactly.
Exactly. I ain't stupid, okay?
Detain me for no crime.
Let me get that doctor's name. There's a million other people watching what the f doing. Are they following us? No. Exactly. Can you back up? I don't know who you are.
I'm in the office. I'm just trying to make sure.
Okay, go over there.
All right.
Back away from me. And go over there. Coming from running back this way, Mac. I see her creeping up on DeBella.
Making up
back
the
here.
Creep. I was
back here.
Plenty of room away.
Got a camera. Back creeps me. I'm trying to keep running this way, and she's following me. Keeps following me. I told her you're gonna get arrested. Go back in your house. Okay. Keeps following me, so I stop her and detain her.
You have any idea what we were doing?
I know. I told her it's a fucking serious crime going on, and she keeps following me.
Say anything about a serious
we don't
crime.
have to tell you anything.
No, you
Do
don't.
Understand that?
But I also the other guy,
I am
the
the
guy
sergeant.
with the white hair, because I dealt with him multiple times.
Listen to me. If you're told to get back, we're chasing somebody with a gun.
Do you want her arrested for it?
All I was doing was
I tried giving her fair warning.
I didn't creep on anybody. They were in.
Wants to keep following me, keep following me. I don't know if she has a weapon on her. I don't know who she is, and she's following me.
In my yard, sitting on my porch, and I just saw.
Take her.
What crime?
Obstructing identification and obstructing.
But you can't.
Go.
I haven't committed a. I just don't understand. You're like mean right away. I wasn't mean. I asked.
Can you put me down for a female check?
See, this one.
What am I being arrested for again?
Give us your name, we'll tell you. How's that for starters?
So have I committed a crime?
Well, if you got handcuffs on you, I should answer the question for you. Obviously, you're a street attorney, you know more than we do, right?
They said the guy said he had a 32. Grabbed him, start patting him down. He grabbed right here, and he's like, what are you searching me for? What are you searching me for? And then finally, I grabbing him more, and he just grabbed for it, man, and took off running. And the whole time he's holding right here, yeah.
After more than a year, Sue is acquitted by the court. The city was forced to pay restitution, and the police department had to retrain its entire force on civil rights. When a citizen with a camera becomes a bigger threat than a fugitive, you know the system is broken. Bankowski isn't enforcing the law, he's acting like a despot caught red-handed, using power to cover up weakness and loss of control. In the next case, we will know if the two women pretended to be police officers. When a citizen knows the law better than the person wearing the badge, the only thing that is exposed is the ignorance of those who claim to uphold the law. In February 2024, a citizen named Sean arrives at a Space Force base in Florida to film, exercising his right to record in public. However, he is quickly approached by security officers, who try to force him to provide identification even though he is still on public land.
45th Security Forces Squadron. I just came to check upon you, see how it's going, that's it.
Okay.
Do you have any identification on you that I can check?
No.
You cross that white line if you have no identification to allow you access.
Sean arrives to film outside the base and is reminded by a military officer of the legal boundaries. He pledges not to cross the boundary and refuses to provide ID. The officer respects and leaves.
Sergeant Andrade with Security Forces has come out and spoke with us. Of course, he's going to ask for ID, but we're not going to give it here. They have a right to be concerned, but I have a right to stay here and film for as long as I'd like. Also have the right. That white line right there in front of us is right over here, is where you formally enter the U.S. Space Force base in their property.
Two female investigators in an unmarked car try to interrogate Sean, pressuring him to identify himself and citing vague federal regulations. When Sean argues legally and refuses to cooperate, they quietly retreat.
Photography of the base, that's all.
Okay, so in order to do that, you have to go through the installation actually and go through public affairs and coordinate it with them.
Yeah.
Since they're the ones that do all the photography. You can't
But
actually
I don't want to go on the base and photograph.
No. We were told that you were recording what the gate is doing.
Yeah, I'm recording the gate, everything around the gate. That's correct.
Okay.
Investigator is that I'm just taking public photos from a public
Okay. Is that
place.
your job? Do you work for a news company?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no ill intent, and like I said, I'm just filming what I can see from public. That's all. Yeah, pretty cool.
Unfortunately, I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just can't record the installation entry.
I understand that that's what you perceive to be the rules, but I know I'm not breaking any laws by doing this, because if I can see it from public, I can record it from public. So, you know, that might be like an Air Force rule or Space Force rule, but
it's a federal government.
A federal government rule?
So this is a federal installation.
Yeah.
You're allowed to stand here.
Uh-huh.
You can record that,
Yeah.
but you cannot record that.
I don't think we're gonna agree here.
We're not, and we understand that. We're just telling you cannot do it.
Okay.
And that we would have to, I don't want to, but we would have to call local law enforcement out here to escort you away from the installation if you don't the installation.
Yeah. No,
That's why we're just coming to you and giving you the chance to just not.
Yeah, no, and I understand exactly why you guys are here, and I can understand that, but you know, I have a right to be here. I have a right to film whatever I can see from public, and that's what I think, regardless of whatever, I don't know. So, you know, if you need to call local law enforcement or whatever you need to do, you know, that's fine.
When the law is on your side, no amount of fake uniforms or badges will scare you. Only the ignorant fear their civil rights.
Here. Long time? Doesn't look like it could be a long time. U.S. government plates here on this Ford Fusion. Of course, investigators here. I am breaking some sort of federal rule, was their word. A federal rule that says that you cannot record a military installation. Exactly what rule these investigators are referring to, but they were nice enough, cordial enough, even though they're wrong.
When a citizen with a camera becomes a bigger threat than a fugitive, you know the system is broken. And now an innocent man who was simply walking by faces a criminal record for the rest of his life. A man walks into a police station to file a complaint. Minutes later, he's handcuffed for asking them to follow procedure. This isn't law enforcement, this is torture. At the Maryland Police Department headquarters in Annapolis, a citizen came to file a legitimate complaint at the direction of a higher authority. But instead of being assisted, he was treated like a criminal, threatened, insulted, and finally arrested right in the lobby.
And I'd give that. No, it's not.
You'd rather not give your name for the officer to come out here and address you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I checked, so there's no sergeant around.
Okay. So what's that supposed to mean? I'm just not allowed to turn in my complaint now?
It's not that you're not allowed to turn in your complaint. There's no one to accept it from you.
Okay, well, we're during business hours on a Tuesday afternoon, ma'am.
Well, this Maryland General Assembly is in session right now.
Right down the street.
A lot of the officers are out on patrol.
Okay, well, we're going to have to call one over here to do their job, ma'am. You
don't talk to me like that. I'm not a police officer.
Okay.
I'm trying to assist you.
I'm not talking to you like anything. I'm just saying you're going to have to call a police officer down here. You can't deny me a public service. Well, you're telling me there's no sergeant to come down here and do the job. I'll sit over here and ring the doorbell then. How about that?
Citizens go to the police station to file a complaint. The officer lies that there is no officer, but the bell rings and a sergeant is immediately summoned.
Before you come out here, because you just told me there's no sergeant here. So how are you speaking to a sergeant? How are you speaking to a sergeant then, ma'am? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not one here? You want to answer that question? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not a sergeant here?
Hi, sir.
Hi, who are you, ma'am?
I'm Sergeant Alexander.
Sergeant Alexander, can you tell me why this said there's no sergeant here in the building?
What is it that you need?
Can you tell me, the first thing I need is you to tell me why she just lied to me and told me there's no sergeant in the building.
Okay, well. I said that could handle your issues.
No, you said there's no sergeant here.
No, I said that could handle
Ma'am, it's all on videotape. If you want to sit down and go over it, and you can see where you're wrong. Regardless, it's during business hours on a business day. There has to be somebody to accept this. So then why did she say he wasn't here? Why did she say he wasn't here then? What is the issue? I'm trying to turn in paperwork. I don't know why the lady that came out there who was originally going to help me came out and said, oh, there's no sergeant here to help you, and just shook her. So what is that supposed to mean? Well, I'm just saying they're all on legislation, so.
We were.
Okay, so what is that? You got down here pretty quick, didn't you?
There's another door.
You got down here pretty quick for being in legislation, aren't you?
Do you have a problem?
You see how quick? I do have a problem. You see how quick you got down here when you thought that I was causing a disturbance or when someone cried to call you down here, but nobody could come down here to help me 2 seconds ago. Yeah, sir, I have paperwork to turn in. Don't walk away from me.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Sir, you're a public servant. I'm telling you.
No, you're not telling me.
I'm telling you.
You want to get arrested again?
Sir, I'm doing. Sir, this is legal.
Give me the papers.
Yeah, it's going to be date stamped. Turn to me.
I don't have a date stamp.
Well, that's how it's done, sir. That's the official way it's done. You can't change protocol. You can't change protocol just because you don't want to deal with me, sir.
I do want to deal with you.
Okay, then please, I need these stamped, copied, and returned to me. I need a date stamp. You guys have that.
Where?
Back in the office, sir. Station has that.
Can I see what you're talking about?
No, you can get a date thing, and you can come out here, and then you can stamp my paperwork.
One of two ways. You either cooperate
Well,
with
no,
me.
sir, there's only one way this gets handled.
You're either going to cooperate with me,
Sir, there's a
or you're gonna walk away.
Sir, there's a legal way of doing this. Okay, so then why is it that I'm asking them to simply stamp it, sir? I'm asking them to. Ma'am, I'm doing legal business.
Come with me.
I was told by the commissioner that I could do this. This is.
When he asks for a valid receipt, he is threatened, then handcuffed and arrested for trespassing right where he has the right to complain.
You're disturbing.
I'm not disturbing anything, ma'am.
You're disturbing.
No, I'm not, ma'am. I'm asking them to do their job. They're disturbing it by refusing me services, ma'am.
What do you need?
I need these stamped and returned to me. I'm not interfering with the flow of business. They're refusing to do it.
Hey, I want 2 sergeants here and a lieutenant. That's it. Everyone else can go.
What's up, Barnes? How you doing, buddy?
You doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing? Yeah, I'm hanging in there, buddy. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to fill out complaints for what happened that day, but they're being ignorant about it. So why is it they can't come down here pretty quick to try and help me? I didn't even, because you came in here huffing and puffing, sir. You threatened 3 times. You threatened 3 times to arrest me. You said you can leave or you're going to be arrested. So that's how I thought you were going to arrest me, because you said it, sir. It came out of your mouth. That's why I thought that.
You might want to look at your camera.
I have it.
You might want to look at that.
You might want to look at it.
All right, that's enough. Get him out of here.
Go on.
Get him out of here.
Paperwork, sir.
Go outside with
No, sir. This is a public lobby.
3 times, not.
And I'm waiting
listen,
for
look at me.
And I've been told by the commissioner that if I have legal business, I can come in this office, sir.
You have been told 3 times not to trespass
I'm not
into this
trespassing.
building
I'm doing
because
legal
you create
business.
a problem when
I'm
you're
doing
here.
legal business,
Now
sir.
I'm telling you to leave the building.
I'm doing legal business,
If you don't
sir.
leave the building, you're going to get arrested
I'm doing legal
and
business,
again,
sir.
and again.
I'm doing
You're
legal
not-
business. I'm doing
it's
legal
not
business,
legal
sir.
business.
It is, sir.
Get out or get locked up.
I have a right.
Lock him up.
Sir, I have a right to file
You're under
grievances.
arrest for trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
Rebecca, can you just please give me my paperwork so I can leave?
It's too late for that.
Sir, Rebecca, what is going on out here?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
I'm not, sir. I'm doing legal business.
You've been told to
I'm
leave.
waiting for my paperwork so I can come back here. This is I have a right to file these complaints, sir. Yeah, my cell phone. No. My keys, my cell phone, my wallet. Okay. Sir, I was told that if I had legal business, sir, I have a legal right to be here if I'm filing a grievance, sir. I'm filing a grievance, sir. Sir, I'm filing a grievance. I'm allowed. Sir, this is a violation of 18 Code US 242. It's a deprivation of public services. I have a right to file grievances with my government, sir. I was told by the commissioner when he arrested me unlawfully out here last time and lied upon me, and I was taking the commissioner. I asked them, well, how is it that I can come back here to do this? Because you were allowed back there if you have legal and lawful business. They told me that filing this complaint is legal and lawful business. So how is it that I'm being trespassed, or how is it I'm being arrested for trespassing if I have a complaint that I filled out and filed?
Your initial time that you came in, you were trying to get ended.
I was trying to find out why my tags have been taken off my car.
I got you.
And that's when I was arrested down here.
Is this the second time you've filled out this paperwork? Who'd you fill it out on the first time?
You can see both of them right there. No, not the same thing. No, they're for different incidents, different days, different incidents.
I got you.
I filled out different incident forms for different days.
So
I didn't want to put one thing, you know what I mean? So that's why, yeah.
So the first one was for the tags and all that.
No officers were disciplined or prosecuted in this case, despite the video showing clear intimidation and unlawful arrests. People were unjustly arrested for demanding due process, and the system was on the side of the abusers. The video went viral, and people were outraged at the way those who were supposed to protect their rights handled it. When a citizen with a complaint becomes public enemy number one in the eyes of the police, it is clear that the system does not need reform, it needs to be judged. This is no longer law enforcement, but repression wrapped in uniforms and badges.